Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 26, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. So many things happening and going on. I'm sure you're all aware that we are passing through a photon energy belt that we'll be going through it for about 2,000 years. So it's not something that you just kind of zip through in a few years and it's over. During this time, we are all going to be experiencing, to one shape, form, or degree to another, our physical bodies, vibrational frequencies are going to be quite different because we're moving into a higher dimensional frequency. And as this happens, we will experience, everybody's, I guess you could say, different, from a certain perspective. But, you're looking at a 3D consciousness that we've been in for a long time. And it's a lower frequency. And I'm sure you've all been feeling, and I don't mean reading, but feeling 4D, 5D reality coming in, enlightening. As I do these meditations and we participate together, we're moving into unity. I'm sure a lot of you can feel that. We're moving into eliminating the ego. Seriously. Where the ego is just not going to be around. We've carried the ego through many lifetimes as if it's our skin. And it really isn't. And we've grown accustomed to it. So you picture the unification of the civilization of this planet and moving and working together. Nobody being better, no one with the ego, wanting to have more than someone else, nobody vying or competing or struggling or scraping. All of these things are basically going to vaporize because we will shift out of that. And we're doing that now. We're in a massive shifting process. I'm sure you're aware, it's called the Dog Star Sirius. And we have our sun, which is orbiting the star of Alcyone in the Pleiades constellation. And then it will simultaneously begin its return orbit back towards Alcyone. And it does this every 26,000 years. So our sun orbits the star Alcyone in the Pleiades constellation. And then it will begin its return orbit back towards Alcyone. And a lot of things have been shifting and changing for about roughly 7 years. And our DNA structure, not just ours, but every living thing on this planet, will, I guess the best way to put it, it will begin to transform in different facets and aspects. said that the vibrational frequency of our bodies, of these biological bodies, is three-dimensional. It's third density, all right? So as we're moving and transforming into a higher density frequency, 4, 5, 6, we will notice things. And understand that there is a lot of distraction going on, full tilt, fear-based, automatic fear-based, and it is, and understand it's going to be heavy-duty fear-based, because the lower frequencies do not want us to ascend. They want to keep us in this low density, this low frequency of fear, stress, anxiety, ego mind, subconscious mind, where we're constantly in turmoil, constantly fretting and worrying. Okay? So we really are in the best way to put it is a complete transformation. Some people try to soft pedal it, but nobody truly knows how things are going to play out. With it, that is why the journey within is absolutely has to be. The journey within is crucial to our transition. Absolutely crucial to our transition. And as we surrender to our God, when I mean surrender, no tree could grow to heaven until its roots reach down to hell. That's Carl Jung. And we should know what our fears, insecurities, smallness, intimately. We should know these. We know fear, we know insecurity, we know smallness intimately. And this is a good thing, but for now we know what causes pain and have more awareness of choosing love. There is no good reason to hide from this pain you're carrying while you are alive. And we all have to face leaving the body on one final day. So we might as well find peace with the pain that we are carrying now. And the only reason that we're hiding and playing small is so that when the game is over, we will get to experience an even bigger expansion and release of it. And yet, after you are, how do you put it? You really can no longer live in ignorance, unawareness, and continue choosing smallness. Once you're conscious of it, you have to let it go. Otherwise, you're making a self-sabotaging choice. You cannot ignore the truth. You have to choose freedom from this moment on. And the reality is that anyone who knows, you can sense when you're hiding your greatness. And they just may have so much compassion for you and fear of facing their own smallness that they don't tell you when you're doing it. Only a good friend will let you know and say it in a way that you can hear it. Your job is to listen and respect others when they tell you that there is a deeper authenticity to be explored. They are God's messengers, and they are always right. There is always a deeper connection to God to be explored. It's an infinitely deep well with many layers to pass through. And the ironic thing is it gets lighter and lighter the further you dive into the deepest parts of it. Within your exploration of your deepest, darkest fear and insecurity, you'll find there is also your greatest lightness, joy, and freedom. This is when we talk about crossing the river of void and entering the unknown. Okay? This is where you shed your fears once and for all. This is where you no longer drag the ego with you. Take that skin suit off of you permanently. You go into the unknown, and that is where all the possibilities await us. And the reason it's the unknown is because we're always configuring, always trying to guess, always trying to figure out. The ego mind is incessantly pushing us through the heart mind to do this. When we go into the unknown, we don't have an inclining. We just go in and explore and experience. That's it. And this leads us to the, let's just say, become more authentic and you will have a flowering. And the more authentic you become, by and by, you will feel many things are falling away of their own accord. You never made any effort to do it. They just fall of their own accord. Osho. Now, we have a lot of things going on this planet. And this is twofold. One is release, and the other is surrender. And this applies to anything that's holding us back. It also applies, you understand something, it is always the collective consciousness of the planet that determines the direction of this planet. Seriously. This is how powerful we are. Now, most of us are not aware of it. We don't even have a spark of understanding of it. But then there are those of us who are aware of it, and it is far-reaching. So all the things that, in a way, this civilization hangs on to because it is fighting it all the time. You understand? When we fight things, we literally glue them to us because we give them and feed them energy that allows them to continue to exist. And this is fear of not having, okay? Fear, lack of. Fear of poverty. Fear of wealth. All of these things are generated through the ego mind and the subconscious mind, and they dictate to us. So it's dictating and enslaving the heart mind. This is why a lot of the things on this planet that you are wishing to have take place have not taken place. Why they're continually being stalled, interrupted, misdirected, misguided. Reason is that we have not released or surrendered. Releasing means releasing all the things that we hang on to, and surrendering means that we're surrendering to the God within. So we eliminate the fear of not having and lack of, which then literally releases it, and it literally is vaporized out. And then surrendering to the fact that we are free and that we're at peace, and that our desires, all of our desires and all the things that we continually grapple for have no meaning. This is when the frequency of Source and the frequency of that which we are, which is Source, meet. They connect. And the flow is absolutely magnificent. And all that you ever outside yourself strived and wanted and desired is automatic. And the unknown come flooding to you. Now, if you just sit on the sidelines and just watch it as a spectator, then, you're just going to just keep passing by. You can be in the flow, but if you ignore the flow, it'll just pass right through you. So releasing and surrendering and truly doing this through the heart-mind. This is part of our journey through the kingdom of God, of which we are. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to relax the body. Drop the shoulders, release the stress in the lower pelvic area, lower spine. We carry it. It doesn't matter who you are. We carry stress. It builds with us. We are so used to attracting it that we are oblivious to actually having it. And along with stress, of course, there's fear, anxiety. So release that. It is nothing. It starts out as a thought, but we turn it into a reality. So you let it go. It's like melting off of you. All of it. You'll find your body that becomes tranquil and peaceful and still. So while relaxing the body, we're going to want to move into the now. You move into the now. Moving into the now means that everything is happening in the now. There's nothing else. Incessantly going into the past and reminiscing of all these things that really have no place in the now. They've been experienced, long gone. It's the same with the future. There isn't any. But boy, I'll tell you, when you bring stuff through the past, you reminisce on it more and more, and as these bodies age, we have a tendency to go more and more and more in the past, reminiscing, dragging up things. It's not good. We move into the now, because when you do that, you create your future. You imagine creating your future from your past? And that's what so many of us do, and we aren't even cognizant or conscious of it. So, in the now stills the ego mind. It stills the subconscious mind. You don't have all this incessant chatter banging you, just coming at you constantly. Thought after thought, thousands of them a day. 60, 70, 80, 90,000 a day. And you imagine if you aren't aware of who and what you are, a lot of those thoughts, which are nothing but thoughts, we embrace them and we make them realities in this 3-day world construct. So while we're in relaxing the body and in the now, we're going to want to breathe. And we want to breathe breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. And as we breath in through the nose, we take a nice, comfortable inhale through the nose. You don't have to kill ourselves to try to over-inhale, but a nice, healthy inhale. And we hold at 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and then we exhale through the mouth. And while I'm talking, we want to do this at least 6 times. And for those of you who are new to this meditation in this now and in this circle of light, we do the breathing to focus us on the now. Because we have short attention spans, and it's very difficult for us to stay in the now always. So one of the vehicles that we have at our disposal is our breathing that focuses us only on the now, because the breathing is the now. It can't be the past or the future. So it's like I've shared with people, if you have a hard time sleeping, if you're, maybe I'll take this, take that, get some sleep. It's not good sleep, but you sleep. Point is that the mind is so active, ego mind, subconscious mind, you're being bombarded left and right. And notice that you've got fear, worry, and stress just absolutely saturating you, which means that you just can't sleep. Stare at the ceiling, stare at the walls, take deep sighs, and not be able to slumber. So if you focus on the breathing and you hear the breathing, not only do you focus on it, you hear it. You immerse yourself in your breathing. It is healthy for your body. It is healthy for your existence. It is empowering. It is astronomically powerful to do. And the breathing, the breath in and the breath out, keeps you in the now. And all that incessant noise that keeps coming into your head disappears like magic. It just poofs. So, as we breath in, we're breathing in divine positive energy. Divine positive energy is at the highest high frequencies. And it comes from source creation, that which created us. Not only our bodies, but our gods. And it is a high level of communication that comes in through the God to the heart mind. Now you must be in command, and your command center and mastership is in the heart mind. It isn't the ego mind. It is not the subconscious mind. It is the heart mind, which is very, very powerful, several times more powerful than the ego mind. So when you are in the heart mind, you are also merged with your God. So this communication comes in. You are one. You know, your kingdom of God, your body, your heart, mind. And so as you do this, you identify and you consciously actually receive the communication. Release. Release the fears. The fears we create for ourselves based upon the thoughts that the ego mind dictates to your heart mind, which is the emotion. And the emotion literally absorbs the thought and literally transforms it into the reality of the life you're existing in. So when that happens, you end up literally creating that which was only a thought. It had no substance, no nothing. Think about that. And so we release that. And we surrender to our God, to the kingdom of God, to the gods that we are. Period. And as we breathe out the tug of war of the ego mind, subconscious mind, saying, no, you can't do that. That's wrong. That's silly. What are you talking about going through the heart mind and literally releasing and releasing us? You need us. You need me, the ego mind. You need me, the subconscious mind. You can't exist without us. This is a tug of war. And understand something. We are so used to carrying these that it's part of us and we don't know it. And so it's like, okay, I'm done with them, that's it. And then it's right back, a couple minutes later. So, and I'm not saying that that's a real simple commitment. What I'm saying is it's the only commitment as we ascend. Say, if you want your ascension to go as smooth as possible, you are going to definitely want to surrender, release. Surrender into the God that you are and release all of these fears and negativities and stresses. Because in this way, you let go, just like the balloon with the ballast, the hot air balloon, you eliminate the ballast and you soar and soar up and up and up. Releasing this God that you are is the confidence of knowing that it is all good, that you are good, that you are powerful. Your confidence, your love for yourself, your love for all life and all things. Now, we, arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth. And our light is the God within us. It is source creation. So this light saturates and literally permeates Earth's atmosphere and all life on it, assisting with the transition into higher frequency. You honestly think that all of this incessant crap that's going on in this planet deserves any of our energy or attention? See? It's a big no. We're moving forward. Why do we constantly look back and gawk at something that is no more? So we advance and we move forward and we surrender and we release. We surrender to the God within, just like Gaia, just like this earth, just like Mother. She surrenders to the God within her. She releases. We're all doing this together. We're all one. This is part of the unification of the civilization of this planet. To move into the higher densities, the higher frequencies. This is what we're doing right now. So picture this atmosphere, all life, all of our brothers and sisters, the planet encased in a perfect sphere. We're encased in a perfect sphere, all things. We have the access to the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. We have it, the violet blue purple transmuting, violet blue purple and transmuting flame of Archangel Michael. Okay? And we have the white fire. And the golden, white, pink light, and I'm sure, because of the pictures I've received throughout the planet, that this is apparent in many areas now. The golden, white, pink light, which is source creation of deep, eternal love. It's in the sunsets. It's in camera pictures. It's in the grass. It's reflecting. You can see it across the planet. You can feel it as well. So when you feel it, you will see it. The violet ray. We are so protected, it cannot be conceived by lower frequencies. And the only way that we can create disharmony is to believe the thoughts that the ego mind shoots at us incessantly. Is to create them, create thoughts into reality. This is all about us mastering who and what we are, knowing who and what we are. The journey within, nothing to do with outside, nothing to do with what's going on around you, has nothing to do with it at all. That is a diversion that we collectively on this planet have created. So anything that you honestly believe that you are going to be harmed, infiltrated, psychically attacked, manipulated in trans-dimensional energies or any shape, form of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond, you create the very thing that you're protected from. So as we begin to move up above this planet, we come outside. We're hovering above our heads, our heart, our head, our chakra, our crown chakra. And it's the halo, it's the light. It's the light of the God that we are within these bodies. And we're immediately compelled to call upon all of the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond, who only can participate in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light, if they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, this high frequency. Low frequencies cannot survive in this meditation because they are too low in matter frequency. It will disintegrate them. That's a fact. So, they're in full compassion. They're non-judging. They are in tranquility and benevolence, in peace, in joy, in kindness, in generosity, in humbleness, stillness of mind. They come in their God energies. And hand in hand, arm in arm, they join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. We are one. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. If you fall out of gratitude, your frequency drops, and all of the fears that you've created become realities on a constant basis. Most of us are not even conscious of this. It's to always be in the deepest of gratitudes, all of us in all existence. We're all one, and we're all love. That cannot be debated. And our God-light energy is everywhere and continues to be everywhere and continues to gain more and more sacredness of space. As we know through the last few meditations, we have the archangels with us continually. We have all of the angels with us. We have all of the ascended masters with us 24/7. And you know why that is? Because we're all one. And we're all love. And we are all source creation. Get to know them as you know yourself. Because they're here, they love us, they help us every single instant. As we love them and help them every single instant. Ascended Masters Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Maitreya, Buddha, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Abundantia, Amoria, and the many, many more that I shared in the last meditation. They are all in non-judgment. They're all in full compassion, kindness, generosity and humbleness, benevolence, tranquility, stillness. And they're all with us, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are in this meditation every day. They are in this now every day. They are in this circle of light always. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the inhabitants of hollow earth, inner earth, agartha, beneath earth. All of these civilizations, only those who are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judging, non-cynical, non-pessimistic, non-negativity, tranquil, benevolent, generous, humble, joyous, blissful, peaceful. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand in the billions, and they join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. And they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. Call upon our loved ones. All of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, deep, eternal love, generosity, humbleness, kindness, non-judging, non-pessimistic, non-negativity, tranquil and benevolent, and they join us arm in arm, hand in hand in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. We are all always together, always. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is everywhere. It is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, and beyond. And spreading. And transforming. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are non-judging, full compassion. They are non-negativity, non-cynicism, non-pessimism. They're in generosity and humbleness, peace, joy, bliss, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in massive numbers, in the trillions. Just to name a few of them, the sprites, the fairies, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, just scratching the surface, and they come in shapes, sizes, colors, forms of which we've never laid eyes upon. and arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. We're all one. We're all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We look up, and we see our meditative sphere. It's set center circle. This sphere we created, it holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. They don't dissipate. They are always there. 620-odd some. This sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. It is the deepest eternal love. It is the highest of high frequencies. It is pure source creation. It waves out into the sacredness of space, transforming all lower matter frequencies into higher and higher and higher divine, deep, eternal love frequencies. Feel it flood you through the heart-mind. As you relax and you release and you surrender to the God within you. This is our freedom. This is our transformation. This is our preparation as we continue to travel through the sacredness of space, through this photon energy belt, and as our DNA, as our very structures are changing. This is the journey that we all must make if we desire to have a true and blissful experience in our transition to the higher frequencies. Surrender to the kingdom of God and the God within you, and release all of these earthly, heavily dense thoughts that we create into stress, worry, and fear and lack of. They do not exist. Only you exist. So therefore, you are the actual creator of the very existence that you are in. All of it. Nothing outside of you. It all begins with you. Feel the flood of the deep eternal love, the release, the surrender, the freedom, the expanse. Joyously crossing that river of void, entering the unknown where there are endless possibilities for you to embrace and excel with. Look down upon the planet, all our brothers and sisters, all life, as they too are transforming. Many will have a much tougher time. They are not awake. They are in subconscious sleep. We intend for them as much as we can. We love them as much as we love ourselves, and we dearly and deeply flood them with as much awareness and high frequency as Source is. We are. They are. And we are all one. And we are all love. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. we will be in more and more celebration as we progress forward in the high frequencies. Because collectively, the reason the Schumann resonance is continually increasing, way beyond anything that has ever been noted before, is because the collective consciousness is raising. And when this happens, you get higher frequencies. The higher frequencies move into more of the energy, away from the matter. And as we continue to progress by surrendering and releasing within ourselves, we literally are freeing our abilities and our involvement with the kingdom of God and the gods we are within these bodies. So we shed this falseness, this fakeness, this irreality, and we become authentic. And the more authentic we become, in other words, total integrated honesty, being who you truly are, in surrendering and releasing, this is the way for the transition. So it's like this. Do you want to be dragged across razor blades and to be continually poured alcohol on, or do you want to just literally float across that river of void? It's up to each and every one of us. And I think that we all know within our heart minds the only direction to take. And that's into the higher frequencies. That's becoming authentic, releasing, and literally surrendering into ourselves, into the gods that we are. So take it with you. Couldn't be alive at a better time. Take it with you through the rest of this day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. We will be back here October 27th, Sunday, 2019 at 3 p.m.